And in a move that's been stolen from every single horror movie that's ever been made, she sees his reflection in the mirror. And now he starts molesting her face to face. And his name is Ronan. Ronan the molester. No! So apparently this ghost has stayed latched on to Beverly's ancestors all the way from the 1600s and has stuck with the female line throughout. The female line known as Howards.
Wait a minute. That doesn't work. They've been Howards since the 1600s, but they're all women?
Now who's overthinking things?
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
That's how to watch a Dr. Crusher episode.
Oh, what's happening to me?
And now it's time for another girl discussion. So, Troy figures out that Dr. Crusher has been seeing Ronan. The guy who even Troy knows was porking her grandma. Ew.
You and Ronan have both suffered a tremendous loss. Very often, shared traumatic experience can create the illusion of closeness and romance.
And that's why so many geeks ended up getting married after the screening of Star Wars Episode 1. Boom! I think we'll do that!
Well, thank you for your concern, but I think I know what I'm doing.
Meanwhile, back on the Enterprise, there's fog on the bridge. But I already used my Gimli clip, so I'm not going to do it again.
It just sort of rolled in on us, sir.
Can we keep it?
This is impossible. The backup system should have...
Excuse me, sir. You were dismantling the primary power conduit. I must ask you to stop. No! Get away from me!
Stop, or we'll ask you to stop again.
No one made it out alive. Not even Willie.
Data discovers that Groundskeeper Willie was killed by the same type of energy, anaphasic energy, that's been corrupting all the power stations and other mechanisms nearby. Dr. Crusher goes home to ask about Groundskeeper Willie, and Ronan appears.
It's not easy for me to take corporeal form. I can't do it for long.
Yeah, Jack used to have that same problem.
Woo!
I want you to light the candle.
Quint said you lived in the candle. Is that true?
Yes. If I'm away from it for too long, I begin to weaken. That's why the women in your family have always kept the candle lit.
Computer secure door.
Dang, Crusher must be really hurting for company if she's this twitchy after the first date.
So Ronan appears and melds with her. And I mean melds with her. Ew.
Beverly, what the hell is this?
I've decided to stay on Caldos and become a healer like my grandmother.
Picard and Troy shockingly figure out that Ronan is controlling Beverly. Meanwhile, Data detects even more anaphasic energy centered at the cemetery. Picard says he's anxious to meet Ronan himself. Ew.
Vampire fart boy dispersed.
So, while Crusher is busy having more fart sex with Ronan, Picard knocks on the door. Getting no answer, he just comes in on his own and watches. Ew. More ooze per minute in Sub Rosa.
All right, Captain.
Vampire fart boy resolidifying.
Ronan appears to Picard, and they start to argue. Data, meanwhile, has figured out that the anaphasic energy is centered around Granny's grave and asks for permission to exhume her body.
But I cannot allow you to desecrate her grave.
Data, ask Governor Maturin's permission to exhume the body. Picard out. Come on, Beverly, we've got to get out of here.
Ronan zaps Captain Picard, and it's off to the grave for him.
Beverly, we must stop the others. They cannot exhume the body.
We can't just leave him. He might die.
You must come.
She's been doing that for the past week.
So Data and Geordi exhume the body by transporter, which is quick and easy, better than digging her out. Although why the dirt doesn't fall in, well, I'm not going to overthink this. And then Ronan possesses Granny's body. Brain, sweetie!
Beverly, it's all right. Have trust in me.
You're not Nana. Nana's dead. Leave her alone!
Leave us alone.
Leave her alone!
And Granny's down.
Is this the end of zombie Shakespeare?
She confronts Ronan, and here's the Twilight part. It turns out she's been having a love affair with a vampire who's been sucking the life out of her. He's not a ghost, he's an anaphasic energy being who needs to latch onto people from the Howard line specifically in order to stay alive.
I also scanned the candle. The flame is plasma-based.
Give me the candle, Beverly. Give me the amulet, you bitch. Or I will kill him.
So Dr. Crusher destroys the candle, a plasma candle from the 1600s I might add, and then when Ronan comes after her, she kills Ronan. And now Beverly is all bittersweet about the event because her grandma was very happy porking the ghost. Oh. And she could have been happy too, but she would have been a victim forever. Oh, the choices of Bella Swan. So there you have it. Sub Rosa, also known as Star Trek Twilight. And so what
Actually, to me, it didn't remind me so much of Twilight as of the witching hour. You couldn't accuse them of cribbing from Twilight this early, but from the Mayfair Witches, those were published a few years before, and I think somebody writing this episode was reading Anne Rice.
So there you have it. Whether it's Star Trek Twilight or Star Trek Anne Rice, it's not real Star Trek. It's crap. So, decide for yourself, but as for me...
And me too.
We're calling it POS TNG.
Sparkly vampires, glittering werewolves, effervescent zombies, monsters that shine. Sparkly vampires don't want us to be lonely. Sparkly vampires, I love you. Yes, I do. And I know that you love me too. Of course you do. I can tell by the way that you don't kill me.
Everyone with me?